clock is ticking as this massive asteroid enters the atmosphere. The resulting shockwave is immense, but let's see how our defenses hold up. This is it, folks. The big one. That massive space rock is about to hit, causing what scientists call an extinction-level event. That right there is the extinction-level event they warned us about. Pretty intense, right? But relax, because this is exactly what the protocol is for. This is it, folks. The big one is about to hit. But before it does, let's analyze the visual spectacle of this extinction-level event. Welcome back to Scene 5. While the visual effects are stunning, the science behind this impact is even more incredible. Welcome back to Scene 6. Now, you might be thinking this giant asteroid spells the end for Earth, but let me explain why that's not the case. While the current trajectory looks grim, analyzing the data reveals a fascinating kinetic impactor scenario. Let's break down what happens next. As you can see, the asteroid is approaching fast. But don't worry, there is a simple geometric solution to this cosmic problem. As you can see, the situation looks grim. But don't worry, we have a plan to deal with this asteroid once and for all. The asteroid is closer than ever, but as long as we stick together, we'll make it through. So as you can see, this massive asteroid is on a direct collision course with Earth. But don't worry, we have a plan to deal with this cosmic curveball. There was no turning back now. As the asteroid loomed, he leapt into the fray, determined to save them all. Which brings us to stage 3, diverting the main impact. It won't be easy, but if we synchronize the lasers right here, we might just pull this off. Welcome back to the final countdown. That's the Class C asteroid, and neutralizing it requires precise calculations. Let me show you how we stop it. As you can see, the calculations were correct. The asteroid is now entering the final stage of its descent. But don't worry, we still have a chance if we act now. So how exactly did we get here? Well, it all started when this massive asteroid entered the atmosphere. See that fiery streak? That's not a shooting star, folks. That's the main event, and it's due to hit the impact zone right about here. So how exactly do we stop a kilometer-wide asteroid? It's all about timing, and this little device right here. As you can see, the kinetic energy of the incoming asteroid is immense. But don't worry, we have a plan for that. They said it was the end. They said there was no escape. Oh, how exactly do we stop a kilometer-wide asteroid from wiping out all life on Earth? Pretty dramatic, right? This asteroid might look like the end, but stick with me. We've got a plan for what comes next. The asteroid impact creates a shockwave of unprecedented scale. Observe the resulting mushroom cloud formation.
The final impact is moments away. This cataclysmic event, while devastating, offers a unique opportunity for global unity.
As you can see, the asteroid is approaching fast. But don't worry, we have a plan to deal with this extinction-level event. Welcome back to the command center. That object behind me is an extinction-level event. But don't worry, the data shows exactly how we stop it. This is it, the moment we've been waiting for, the asteroid impact. Now watch closely as the kinetic energy is released. This is it, the moment we've been preparing for. That asteroid is on a direct collision course, and only you can help us stop it. And boom! That, my friends, is what we call an extinction-level event. Pretty cool, right? The kinetic energy alone is staggering, and even if we manage to divert the main body, the fallout from the debris field is our next major challenge. The gravitational pull is intensifying rapidly. At this rate, we're looking at a direct impact within the hour. So, how exactly does a rogue asteroid signal the end of civilization? Let's break down the science behind this spectacular event. This is it, the final approach of the colossal asteroid. The data suggests a 99% extinction event, statistically speaking. So while this asteroid seems like the end of the world, let me explain why it's actually a golden opportunity for scientific advancement. As the asteroid makes its final approach, you might be wondering, what exactly happens when two celestial bodies collide? Even as the final hour approaches, we must face it not with fear, but with courage.
The asteroid approached, a fiery harbinger of the end. Yet, he stood unyielding.
Scene 38. The asteroid impact is imminent. How can our hero possibly stop it now? The calculations were correct. Apophis 39 is now visible. It's massive, yes, but here's why the planet is safe. The asteroid is massive, capable of causing an extinction-level event. However, there is still hope for the planet. As you can see, the impact event was massive. But don't worry, our models predicted this outcome with 99% accuracy. As you can see, the asteroid is approaching much faster than anticipated. But don't worry, we have a plan for total planetary defense. This is the final approach phase, designated as an Omega-level event. However, based on the data stream from the probe, the kinetic impactor approach is our best bet. By shifting its velocity just slightly, we can avert total catastrophe. Welcome back to scene 45. The asteroid is approaching critical velocity, but as long as you follow these simple steps, everything is going to be just fine. As you can see, the impact is unavoidable. But don't worry, with our patented shield technology, humanity will survive this cosmic event.
The impact was inevitable. But even as the skies burned, our hero stood ready for what came next.
This is it, folks. The asteroid's gravitational pull is increasing exponentially, but there's still time to prepare for the impact. Welcome back to the final chapter. That massive asteroid is about to hit, triggering seismic shockwaves across the globe. The asteroid is closer now, triggering seismic events across the globe. Yet, as dramatic as this looks, there is still hope. As you can see, this asteroid is heading straight for Earth. But don't worry, I have a plan. The asteroid, now designated Nemesis, is accelerating past the projected velocity. We are looking at a Class 6 extinction event within the hour. This massive asteroid might look scary, but geometrically speaking, it's fascinating. Let's break down the impact trajectory. So, the asteroid is here. While things look grim, this is actually the perfect opportunity to learn about planetary defense. They said it couldn't be stopped. But as we see here in scene 56, an extinction-level event is just another Tuesday when you're prepared. The trajectory is confirmed. This Class C asteroid is large enough to cause a global extinction event. But here's what we do next. The impact is imminent, but thanks to the orbital defense grid, we're ready. See, when the asteroid hits that precise velocity, boom, problem solved. The situation looks dire, I know, but according to my calculations, if we reroute the main power core through the retro thrusters, we can minimize the impact. This massive asteroid, the Destroyer, is heading straight for Earth. But don't worry, we have a plan to stop it before it's too late. The clock is ticking, folks. The gravitational pull is accelerating the descent, meaning we are just moments away from the projected impact. So, as you can see, the impact is imminent. But don't worry, if you followed my previous steps, you might just survive the blast wave. So, as you can see, the asteroid Apophis is heading straight for us. But don't worry, we have a plan to deal with this cosmic curveball. As you can see, the asteroid is approaching faster than anticipated. But don't worry, we have a plan to deal with this minor inconvenience.
While Apophis here might look like the end of the world, our models show a 99% chance of successful diversion.
The trajectory is confirmed. That asteroid represents a KP-level event, but here's what that means for the next 60 seconds. So how exactly did we get here? Well, that massive object behind me is scheduled to impact in T-minus 24 hours. But there is a plan. That massive object is on a direct collision course. Now, scientists have a plan, and it involves thinking outside the box. As you can see, the asteroid is rapidly approaching trajectory 7. But don't worry, we have a plan for deflecting it. The countdown has reached its final moments. This asteroid, designation 2023XY, is about to make history. The impact is imminent. We are looking at a civilization-ending event unless we act now. But what can we do? As you can see, the asteroid impact is imminent. But don't worry, if you look closely at the trajectory, you'll notice something fascinating about the debris field. While the visuals are spectacular, the science behind this extinction-level event is surprisingly simple. Let's break down the impact physics. Even with a level 9 extinction event rapidly approaching, we have solutions. Here's how the global defense grid plans to respond. As you can see, the impact is imminent. But don't worry, we've prepared a comprehensive guide on how to survive the blast right here. As you can see, the data confirms a 99% probability of impact within the hour. Now let's analyze the projected blast radius.
As you can see, the situation looks pretty intense. But while the asteroid might be huge, our chances of survival are even bigger. Let's look at the science.
This is it, the final impact sequence. Now, pay close attention, because this is how we survive planetary annihilation.
As the final asteroid approached, he knew this wasn't the end, but merely the beginning of his greatest adventure yet.
Now pay close attention. The gravitational pull of this incoming asteroid is massive, but here is how we can use it to our advantage. Most civilizations don't survive the Omega Wave. The question is, are you ready for what comes next? The data is clear. At its current velocity, the asteroid will make impact within the hour, triggering a K-Pig event on a scale previously unimaginable. As you can see, the asteroid Apophis is on a direct collision course with Earth. But what does that really mean for us? Now pay close attention to the impact zone. While the long-term effects are unclear, this explosion is a prime example. Kinetic energy alone will trigger a cascade of seismic events, tearing the crust apart. This is the final stage of the impact sequence.
As the final moments approached, the asteroid loomed larger than ever.
But I wasn't scared. I knew exactly what to do. The asteroid is large enough to cause a global catastrophe. However, there are a few things we need to consider before panic sets in. The clock is ticking. With the asteroid now entering the upper atmosphere, the fate of the planet rests on this final maneuver. There was no stopping it now. The asteroid, designated Nemesis, was about to make impact and change life on Earth forever. And that, folks, is how you calculate the perfect impact vector. Pretty cool, right? Now brace yourselves for the final stage of the sequence. This is it, the moment we prepared for. The asteroid is approaching the atmosphere, initiating the final sequence. This is it, the big one. While things look grim, stick with me as we analyze the asteroid's trajectory and our final defense strategy. This is the anticipated impact event of the asteroid sequence. While visually dramatic, the explosion demonstrates the Chelyabinsk event was nothing compared to this. This Class X asteroid could wipe out all life unless we implement Phase Gamma. This is it, the moment we've prepared for across 98 previous scenarios. Now, let's look at the final outcome. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the catastrophic impact of Asteroid 2024 and how you can survive the fallout. How exactly did we end up in this situation? Well, as you can see, that right there is what we call a planet killer, and it's heading straight for us. The impact is imminent, but don't worry. We've prepared a complete guide on how to survive the upcoming celestial event. Final impact sequence. The asteroid will hit the atmosphere in T-minus 5 seconds, initiating the planetary defense protocol. Check this out. That massive asteroid behind me is on a direct collision course with Earth. But don't you worry, we've got the full breakdown right here. Is the extinction level event. Now you might be thinking this is the end. But let's look at the data before we panic. And things are looking critical. The celestial event is upon us, folks. Let's break down exactly what happens in the final hour. The asteroid is approaching fast. But don't worry, we have a plan to deal with this. Welcome back to Theoretically Explained. Today, we're looking at the 5 ways this asteroid could end life as we know it. Looks catastrophic. Remember the core principles of planetary defense. We still have a small window to act before total annihilation. We've all been waiting for the final impact. Notice the shockwave formation, a perfect example of catastrophic energy release. Designated Taiwei X is on a direct collision course with Earth. The impact is inevitable, but here's what you need to know to survive the final sequence. Rapidly now. There's nothing left to do but watch the impact. The energy output is unprecedented. As you can see, the asteroid is heading straight for us. But don't worry, we've prepared a few scenarios for the big impact. The asteroid Apophis is on a direct collision course with Earth. But don't worry, we have a plan. This is the moment we've prepared for. The asteroid, designated Apophis, is on a direct collision course.
End of the world. Quite the spectacle, isn't it? But don't worry, we've analyzed the data, and I have a plan to optimize our survival rate.
Extinction level event might seem scary. The science behind this asteroid deflection plan is actually quite simple.
And there it is, the moment of impact. The kinetic energy equivalent to several billion tons of
Final
TNT.
moment of our pale blue dot. The asteroid, designated Apophis, is about to make contact, triggering an extinction level event. The asteroid is approaching fast. But don't worry, we have a plan to deal with this cosmic curveball.
The big one.
But before we panic, let's look at the data behind this extinction level event. So as you can see, the asteroid impact is imminent. But don't worry, understanding the physics behind this extinction level event is actually quite simple.
stopped. They said this was the end, but with the right calculations, this is just another Tuesday. Let's dive
The
in.
asteroid is large, but its trajectory is predictable. Now pay close attention to how we plan to divert it. This massive asteroid might look like the end. It's actually just the beginning of a new geological era. Let's break down the impact
There
sequence.
it is, the moment of impact. While the blast looks intense, our models show a high probability of survival for the shelter
folks.
zones. The moment we've been dreading. That fiery behemoth behind me is about to change life on Earth forever.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a Class X extinction event.
Notice the plasma bloom as it hits the upper
The
atmosphere.
asteroid is approaching much faster than anticipated. But don't worry, we have a plan to deal with this cosmic
Back
curveball.
to the final chapter.
That fiery object isn't just a light show. It's the extinction level event we've been tracking all
Guys,
season.
the big one is here. But don't panic. If you followed my last video, you know exactly what to do next.
Back to the channel. Today we're witnessing the final moments before impact. Notice how the atmosphere reacts to the incoming celestial body. The kinetic energy released by an object this size is truly staggering. But don't worry, we've prepared for this exact
Back
scenario.
to the final sequence. As the asteroid makes its descent, remember to keep your hands and feet inside the timeline at all times.
As you can see, the asteroid is heading straight for us. But don't worry, we have a plan.
Back to the channel. Today we're witnessing a Class 5 extinction event. Let's break down the science of the impact. This is it, the moment we've prepared for. The asteroid is here, and it's up to us to stop it before it's too late.
Structural integrity of the asteroid is failing.
Observe the debris field. This is precisely why we prepared the evacuation protocols in advance.